Hi, kindergarten worldwide. We know what a graft is of an intelligent. We know Graft City. We know Hookaset. We know it's an old story. We know about plateaus. We know there's different times, bubbles in the air, and different worlds out there. Yeah, kindergarten. Your lullabies at night that prepare you for the times ahead, regardless of who, what, where, and what you did, and what you achieved, what you saw, what you did, what you studied, what you researched, how you changed the worlds. I was good in sciences. I still hang out with the same groups with all the Nobel Prizes, and I know that offends people, but unfortunately, that's what happened in stupid times. Silver Mountains was where my intelligence was pulverized. That's why there were fires there. I was grafted in Graft City, Hookaset, in New Hampshire when I was a kid. I had 7 passports when I was born. I have a UN ID. And I got tagged with the weird number of Delphi, which is in the lowlands of the Netherlands. It's a town. It also coincidentally is the name of the CIA, the FSB, and all the other intel agencies. They call them Delphis. Thankfully, I'm a baby idiot. I know my capacities. I don't really care about Ubermensch brothers and sisters because replicants are never really the original. Intelligence operates in ways that people don't see. They think that if they went to Cambridge and Oxford, they see it. Maybe they're more intelligent. Maybe they are intelligent. But I don't think they see it. When I was 15, I went to Woolwich. Everyone had Nobel Prizes. I spent 25 years on their sofas, and they were telling me, my best friend, the one who was the best and blah, 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 is dead. I'm looking at them as like, excuse me, I'm still alive. Anyway, there was a deal. The deal was, some intel dies, you pay for it. And that was the social security number. Somehow, there was a deal. But they used that intel against the masses. Between cancer, the nukes, and all the sciences that we were spending our times with, and many other intel agencies, I was like on a wheelchair. Don't know why I'm still alive, probably because I'm a class that they don't give a shit about. My number is 147 at the end. Soon it will be 221. When it erases, I will not be reborn. I had the easy life. Easy, easy, easy. Smoke cigarettes, hedonist, music. No drugs. 80 countries. Sponsored by the government, did the jobs for the feds, and moved on. The problem isn't that. It is part of it. Because I know how they're connecting the dots on the coastlines. And I know what variants are. I know how they variate things in Woolwich. And how they add insult to injury for the variants. Having said that, the parents are more like Bahran. Because I don't have any pretenses, because I personally didn't bomb the shit out of Fresno, Modesto, et al. It has cases in the Supreme Courts of D.C., Langley, and San Francisco against a town in the middle of the desert. Nobody gives a fucking shit. And this happened for 3 high schools, so many stops, and the parents still retain their Bahran qualities. You can live with pain, but you can't live with stupidity. You can't live with people who are careerists. You can't live with people who are judgmental and jump to conclusions without knowing the story, without connecting the dots in the entire US where we lived, and without connecting the dots in all those 200 and more countries where the parents worked. Sponsored. It's not important. What was important was the schools, the corporations, the directorates, the people I stayed on the sofas with. To them, I don't exist anymore, obviously. Nobel Prizes. They asked me, why would any of these guys give a shit for you? I said, I don't know. You spent so long with them, with 3 high schools. You're Ted, you're a grafter yourself. Even Nobel Prize winners are not that stupid. Maybe they feel. I told them not to feel. They felt atrocious pains. When I spoke to them about the father and the mother that many times, going back and forth in the last 20 years in this life alone on retirements and other countries, the Indal communities were pissed officially. People were freaking out. Their government's officially freaking out. D.C. Langley is freaking out. San Fran, the Supreme Court's freaking out. And Fresno Modesto continues after so many times at all. We couldn't stay in Rome and for Rome for retirement. And you know what love is. And why indulgence when it dies, if it was good, will not help this world. Believe it. Especially that way. So when you're born and you try to achieve things in those worlds, be very careful that you do not hang out with the Woolwich crowd. Or any of those crowds. Yes, evil. Oh, and if you have parents like mine, forget it.